Dr. Strangelove here again, putting together the AMT 18-inch model. Just a quick technical update on where I've come so far with this. Got 2 coats of primer on the secondary hull and the nacelles, and I've been working on Aztecing this here using rattle cans, spray cans, and you can see here the Aztec pattern using just simple painter's masking tape. And I found if you scratch that off with your fingernail, you're going to run into trouble and get so the trick is to just lift up the corner of it. You won't be able to see this in the video, but lift up a corner of it with the edge of your nail and then rub it up so that your nail never touches the shell itself. This technique using not the best tape, got to get some good 3M or Tamiya tape. Then I'll have to give this a quick sand, very light sand with some 400 grit paper to get the final look. These little things here are just paper clips that I ran through both sides and taped together as a way to hold this here when I'm painting it. I noticed that the tape can lift off some of the paint, a couple of dots there, and that was just on the shell itself, and some of the paint, one case of paint lifting off where there was some putty work as well, but I'll have to do some touch up there. And the seams have been covered over here. Here, of course, I made the rookie mistake of not putting in the shuttle bay before gluing together the secondary hull, so I had to cut the shuttle bay all down and stick it in there and then fill it in with putty. But unless you're, experienced modeler, you take a really close look at it, people aren't going to notice that very much. To get this to where it is, I had to sand off the paint first time round and re-sand and repaint some of the seams that were showing through. There's lots of tiny little flaws in this that you could see if you looked up close and if you knew what you were looking for, and some if you didn't know what you're looking for. But this is just a once through. This is going to be part of a much larger. This will eventually be attached to another model that will stand somewhere between 4 and 5 and 7 feet tall. I'm not sure about the exact scale I'm going to make of it. So this is going to be a smaller part of a very large model. So I'm not at this point, first time around, worried about tiny little minor details. But my next step is to Aztec this here, so that there's a general Aztecing pattern on both. And once I've Aztec this, I'll probably finish that today. I'll glue the 2 together and begin working on the smaller parts that need to be attached, the fine details, and getting close to finishing. Still a couple weeks away from finishing this. Got a vacation to go on. But here you're modeling with Dr. Strangelove. On that I'll finish. And shout out to the people at trekmodeler.com. Let me make sure I got that address right. Helping me an awful lot with this project. The website here. Starship Modeler. My apologies. Anyway, to many of the people at Starship Modeler that have been helping me with this, wouldn't be able to do it without you at all. Wouldn't have a clue what I'm doing without the people at Starship Modeler. StarshipModeler.com, an excellent forum on how to model, one of the many great help forums that make the internet a great thing. So you've been modeling with Dr. Strangelove. Have a great summer.